Questions about the Order of the Waking Flame. Before we make use of the portal key, we must complete our own preparations. Then we can find the cult's base in Oblivion and determine their plans for the Cataclyst. You must acquire the root of a fluster fume plant and a tincture of befuddlement. The relic opens a portal to Oblivion, most likely the Deadlands. Regardless, we can't just stroll in and expect them to reveal their plans. I'll use those items to create a potion to fool them. It will make you appear to be the corpse lying here. Fluster fume plants grow nearby, southeast in the caves of Camp Gushnikbar. As for the tincture of befuddlement, I believe Orion the alchemist may have one at the outpost south of Bramble Beach. Return here when you have acquired both. No, it will make you look like the dead cultist when he was still among the living. That's the intent, anyway. I am not much of an alchemist, but I believe I can make this work. Mortal flesh is much more malleable than you would imagine. A little-known plant, the fluster fume has a wide variety of alchemical applications. For our purposes, the root will suffice. That's where all the confusion-inspiring properties congregate. It will help muddle the minds of those you encounter. Consider it an enhancement for the potion I'll create. A strengthening agent, if you will. It provides the necessary layer of bewilderment that will reinforce your disguise. An alchemist I know has a supply. Orion. You can find her at the outpost south of Bramble Beach. Tell her the tincture is from me, and give her some of those yellow rocks you mortals are so fond of. Then return back to me. When I learned the cult sought the relic, I acquired it first. Then they stole it from me, and I employed your assistance to retrieve it. During that escapade, we learned that the relic was a portal key to a waking flame base in Oblivion. My interests in these matters are strictly curiosity. I want to know more about their strange Cataclyst device and its ultimate purpose. You, I assume, want to stop the cult from unleashing the disasters of Mehrunes Dagon upon the mortal realm. No, but we can both get closer to our goals. We know that a cult leader called Sister Seldina is expecting our dead cultist to bring the portal key to her. And we know she plans to test the Cataclyst. We need to be there to witness that test.
Tired of walking anyway.
The tincture is ready.
It really works!
Are you sure you want to deal with that woman?
That woman is very powerful, and I've enjoyed my discussions with her. What did she call herself? A prophet? So, what brings you to our little outpost, traveler? If you're looking for something specific, I must warn you that my alchemical stocks are severely limited at this point in time. Ah, you must be another one of the Dread Lady's followers. I've had a number of pleasant conversations with her prophet Rogatina, and I even got to meet the Dread Lady once. She mentioned she might have need of such a tincture, so I brewed one up. No disrespect intended, but I was hoping she'd come to pick it up herself. I so looked forward to basking in her glorious presence again. Ah well, perhaps next time. Here you go, and don't bother about the cost. It's a gift for the Dread Lady.
Just in time, little mortal. Place the root and the tincture in the cauldron. The root you found was a perfect specimen, and the tincture just the right shade of distraction. The potion should work perfectly now. Of course, wheels within wheels and all that. After you drink the potion and disguise yourself as a waking flame cultist, I will pretend to be your prisoner. Not only are you returning with the portal key, you're bringing them a gift. Me. Devastator Rulin, the worm who led the craven attack on my lair. He had the good fortune of dying by my hand before his associate incapacitated me with that damn blade. You will pretend to be the cultist, and I shall pretend to be your prisoner. Sister Saldina's letter explained how to align the segments of the portal key. I shall set it accordingly and open a doorway to whatever realm the cult is using as a base. You drink from the cauldron and step through. Then our charade begins. The disguise is perfect. Now, I shall activate the portal key. Then, step through and assume your role. I shall do the same. Definitely not Nern. Let's look around. This is Fargrave. Interesting. We must find the Dagonists and determine what they're doing here. This obscure corner of Oblivion is known only as Fargrave. I certainly didn't expect the portal key to lead us here. I wouldn't have expected you to. The inhabitants prefer their privacy. It's a realm without a prince, which gives them a modicum of freedom. And it's a crossroads of sorts. A way station between Nern and the rest of Oblivion. Once you find your way to Fargrave, the paths through Oblivion become easier to navigate. Daedra and mortals alike can be found here, engaging in trade on a planar level. I begin to grasp why the Waking Flame have set up operations here. With no prince, the accords that make it harder for other realms to connect to Nern do not apply. Once they learn the way, with relics such as the portal key, the Waking Flame can move through Fargrave with impunity to reach Nern and the Deadlands. Not for any reason that won't give you nightmares, little mortal. Now, let's find the cultists so you can present your prisoner. Then we shall learn what we can about the cult's plans and the true purpose of the Cataclyst.
Devastator Rulin? Is that you? We fear the Dremora killed you, and who's that beside you? Is that Lyrinth the Dremora? I'm impressed, Devastator. I didn't imagine your mission would yield such notable results. Indeed, and the Fargrave Cataclyst could use a new Daedric entity. For the next test, of course. I'll let you present her to Sister Saldina personally. Right through that door. I'm sure Sister Saldina will want to hear all about your mission. And we've yet to attempt to use the Cataclyst on a Daedra of Lyrinth's caliber. I expect the results will be quite informative.
So, the mortal returns from its mission, and it brings a prisoner. How unexpected. And I assumed Lyrinth was more capable. I would never allow myself to be captured by one such as you. Still, Nokvros may want to question her before the next test. Does Sister Saldina not teach her Devastators anything of import? Volkina's Nokvros is a favorite of Lord Dagon. sent here to ensure Seldina doesn't mangle the Cataclyst project. Such endeavors are too vital to leave completely in mortal hands.
After the failure at the Dread Cellar, your Fargrave Cataclyst must perform as promised, Seldina.
Devastator, you honor me. How can a lowly acolyte serve you? The Cataclyst initiative proceeds apace. Sister Seldina continues to make adjustments and improvements with every version of the device. I understand we're about to witness a new demonstration. I can't wait to see it perform as intended.
Devastator Rulin, you've returned. And with a prize, I see. Impressive. We thought for sure that the Dremora got the better of you and your team. I'm almost glad to see we were wrong. Our forces are in place. Soon, Fargrave will belong to the Waking Flame. We will be able to operate openly and without concern. And Sister Seldina has made great strides in perfecting the Cataclyst, no thanks to Volkanaz Nakvraz. Ally, yes. Friend?
Devastator Rulin. I assume the blade did its job? Of course it did. How else could you capture Lyrinth the Dremora? She has been a thorn in our side for much too long. Well done. But what about the portal key? Were you able to recover it? A remarkable achievement, Devastator. And fortunate as well. We're about to perform another test with the Fargrave Cataclyst, and Nakvraz is hesitant to provide me with any more of his precious Daedra. Lyrinth should do very nicely. I hope that's not skepticism or sarcasm I hear in your voice, Devastator. I get enough of that from Nakvraz. Despite the setback at the Dread Cellar, I have every faith in the device. Soon we will unleash an army of living disasters upon Nirn. Did your Doombringer tell you nothing? The Cataclyst enhances Daedra, transforms them into incarnates of disasters. First, we take control of this pitiful demiplane. Then, we launch our assault using Fargrave's connections to Nirn. Worthy? It is brilliant. Sentries, take the Dremora and place her in the Cataclyst. Devastator, enter the Cataclyst chamber when you're ready. Then the demonstration will begin. For your excellent service to the Order, I award you with the privilege of activating the Fargrave Cataclyst. Touch the rune and witness the transformative power of the Cataclyst. Lord Dagon's blessing will turn Lyrinth into disaster incarnate!
Do what you must, flee. I have seen enough. I will be free.
The Dremora damaged the Cataclyst. Duke of Fire, destroy them!
Shut it down! We must preserve the Cataclyst!
Deal with the Havercrow, mortal. I'll open a portal back to Nirn.
Laughable mortals! You have no power here! You will be destroyed for your audacity!
emanating from the Cataclyst is interfering with my magic. We must find a place where I can open a portal.
Quite a mummy.
This is far enough. I will open a portal out of this place. Quickly, into the portal before more cultists arrive.
Mistress, you're injured.
Nonsense. Merely a scratch. You did well, little mortal. Sister Saldina and her cultists never suspected a thing, and we returned richer than when we departed. That was never going to happen. My bonds were illusory, and it was a simple enough task to free myself once you activated the Cataclyst. I observed long enough to grasp the workings of the machine. Then I made my escape. We learned that Sister Saldina's faction of the cult has a base in Fargrave, and they plan to conquer that obscure plane of oblivion to use as some sort of staging ground for their nefarious machinations. We know that a portion of Mehrunes Dagon's energy was used to create the ambitions. I could sense that same power surging through the Cataclyst. I suspect the same magic and rituals were used in both, but applied differently. Quite ingenious. The power surging through the device carries the tinge of Mehrunes Dagon. It seems it is designed to imbue a Daedra with the energy of a single disaster and transform it into an incarnate. They plan to unleash these horrors on Nirn. Perhaps. Noctvraz seemed to think so. I bought us time to consider, to plan. Sister Saldina can make more such devices, however. Eventually. But did you see? Noctvraz despises Saldina. Perhaps we can use that. And you don't have to. Just know that the cult plans to unleash destruction on your world. Now, I must contemplate. The device... it can change Daedra. I must return to Fargrave. I will summon you when I learn more. Until then, you have my thanks. So many avenues to ponder. Sister Sildina and the Waking Flame, the Cataclysts, Valkanaz Noctvraz and Mehrunes Dagon's role in all this. I shall return to Fargrave and see what else I can learn. I'll call upon you when I need you, little mortal.